And welcome to another live show of the Energy Balancing Show. um, I'm live at another space, as you can see, so I hope also with another device. So I hope you can hear me. Let me know while I'm sharing this video with my friends too. So as we all gather here, um, yeah. Let me see, I will share it with my friends too. So we can create this beautiful energetic space. I already see Misha and Shelly. Hi Shelly, great that you are here. It's the first time I'm going live for the Energy Balancing page this year. So we haven't seen each other this year. So I'm giving you all my blessings, and let's make it really a beautiful new year with many magical moments. Yeah, that's also why we decided to continue this live show. So if you like that, just hit that like button. Let us know you appreciate and like it. So today's topic is actually a little bit still related to, let's say, the old and the new. And oftentimes during New Year, we kind of look into that, like what are the things that are unhealthy and I don't want to bring back into 2019, right? So I did that for myself. And actually, this is what I'm going to share today. You can do it actually anytime where you feel like you have an unhealthy relationship with a person or a habit. So just know that. But let me share how I came to this topic today. It was New Year's Eve, and during my meditation, I was looking in like what kind of unhealthy things or relationships or habits do I want to leave in 2018? And I was kind of like tuning into that. So as I'm sharing this, you can already like engage with that. Think of a just investigate in your own life where you feel like, oh, I have some things I would like to say goodbye to. So let me share mine. I had like a person that I was thinking about a lot. And so you might also scroll your time and where you feel like, oh, I quite often think about that person, or I feel I'm often on my telephone, such a habit we all have struggled with these days because we need it, and at the same time it is really grabbing our energy. Oh, so nice, Teresa. Hi, Cassandra. Yuta is there too. Hello, everybody. So really, like, look into your life. What is it that is grabbing your thoughts, your attention, and thus your energy? So for me, that was a person, and I decided like this is not unhealthy. This is not healthy anymore. It doesn't feel good, you know. So what happens energetically is that we have cords. We have this umbilical cord that runs through that to that telephone or to that person we think about often. And actually ripping your energy field, leaking your energy, and makes you feel drained, tired, and what do you get out of it, So I decided at that moment to cut the cords. And what I realized, because that I had done more often, but what I had realized is a missing link, a forgotten key that often is not communicated in the energy world, that you really need to do afterwards when you cut the cords, else you will drop right back to the same old habits. So that's what I want to share with you today. So how does that sound for you? So I'm curious, those who are with me there, do you recognize, did you find something, maybe a habit or a person where you feel you think a lot about, or you feel it has a draining effect on you, on your energy? Let me know. Yes, you're ready. Okay, great. I love that spirit. So let's just do it by really experiencing. So you might close your eyes. I will keep it open as I will always close my eyes, but you can close your eyes if you want and really see that person or that habit in front of you. Just visualize it for a moment. You know, maybe it's like you're constantly on the telephone or that person, and really imagine it. See it. I always say, see it with your inner eye, as if you are projecting that video, that screen that often then happens, or the thoughts. And then imagine that this energetic cord runs from your belly, from your navel, towards that person or that device or that habit. You know, really give it some charge. The more you can visualize it at this moment and really give it energetic charge, the more release you will feel afterwards. Hi Nisha and Marijke, so great. Okay, and build it up. Keep seeing it. Keep seeing it. You know, don't lose. Oftentimes we want to go. We are distracted. Just come back. That's okay. We all have that. Just come back to that image, to that person, to feeling that energetic cord you have. And the next step you want to do is cut that cord. That's what I did. And I actually, and it might seem a little bit strange, some people are really good in imagining it, but I felt that cord for me towards that person was so strong that I really made like a scissor with my fingers and felt how consciously, really with, as if you're really cutting that cord. And you might think, what is this woman doing here? Just experience it. And really be present with cutting that cord, really do it in a conscious way. And what I felt is that I was sighing, like, do you say that? Like, I was taking a deep out breath. These are all signs that you let go. You know? You might even help it a little bit by okay, giving it some space. You might even feel some emotions. You might even feel a little sad, you know, because you say goodbye to those things. So the lower self is always a little bit sad, or the inner child gets a little bit sad about that. And now comes the most important step, because probably you read about this or you heard about this, but now comes the most important step. After you cut that cord, oftentimes you're like, okay, now I'm there. But no, imagine you have that umbilical cord, that navel cord hanging now, open. It's like an open wound. You know, when sometimes you see on a leaf or so, you cut it and there's some fluid. It's like the plant is crying. Well, also, it's like that's how I see that energetic navel cord that you just cut. It's like an open wound. So you want to place your hands, just imagine that you place your hands on the end of that cord you just cut. And you just make contact with it. And be gentle, because you know it might feel like you lost a friend. Maybe it's a person you really can feel like, oh, I'm losing a friend, or even with the telephone, you know. So, and then you bring that cord towards your navel. So you really bring your hands, I will stand a little bit. So you really, from the belly, you bring the hand towards the belly. Imagine that cord going back. Yeah? Take some nice deep breaths. Bringing it all back. And be gentle. As if you're pulling it all inwards towards the belly. Right? all the way in and in. Just invite it back home. And you keep your hand on your belly because you might feel like a little fragile, you know? Like I said, it's like losing a friend. And energetically, it is like that. So these feelings are real. You know, don't underestimate them, or, you know, wipe them away, or how do you say that? Push them away by, oh, it's real. You might even talk to yourself, to that part within you which sits within your belly, which is our inner child. You might want to start a conversation like you would do with a friend. You know, often to ourselves we're so harsh, but when a friend knocks on your door and shares with you, like, I just lost a friend, imagine that. Just start talking from that space towards yourself, like, yeah, I understand. Maybe the other hand you might place on your hand, you know? Yeah. Maybe it talks to you, maybe it's new to you. So yeah, I understand you're sad and I feel with you. Just really breathe through it, you know? And then as you stay here for a little while, we go a little bit faster now, but you can stay at this space for a little while. Sharing your love, your heart, your compassion to that part within you that feels sad, or that feels that it's losing something. Then the next step we want to do is always, because this is all part of our lower self, and just gotta embrace it, be gentle with it. And as you shared some heart space with it, you have, as that belly cord is in, you want to bring it up. If you do not do this, then when you are out of meditation or a day later, what will happen is that the belly cord will go out again, search for the love, for the connection, because that's just part of that nature of the lower self, which is, you know, we all have this. So if we do not bring that energy upwards, yeah, you might call it to your soul, your higher self, or maybe you feel you have angels with you. I always feel I have like friends in the inner world that connect with me. Whatever name you want to give it, let that be your source. Let that be your connection. When you feel you are connected in an unhealthy way with the outside world. So let's do that together. You know, as we are here together now, even though we are in different places in the world. I'm curious where you are at, so let me know. But we really create an energy space together. So if we do it right now, we we charge the energy and we support each other. So it's really great that you are here right now. So let's do it together. So you might just take one more step. Okay, bring the belly inwards again. Just come back home. And from the belly, gentle breathe upwards to the soul. And again, you might want to continue this a couple of times from the belly. You can use your hands, your breath. Breathe up, 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 up. Imagine this core channel that runs in the center of your body towards your highest self, your soul, your source. Imagine this space above the head where you can connect to your soul, where you can connect to your inner friends, to your source, your highest self, God, whatever it is you want to, the name that feels good to you. Just keep breathing upwards. maybe in the beginning when you do this for the first time, you don't feel anything. You're like, I had that when I began. I was like, what is this? I don't feel anything. But now when I feel it, it's such a strong magnetic pull upwards. And I feel so fulfilled with love. And I feel so grateful that I have this connection. And when you do this more often, you really build this muscle. You might even, what I also do is, you might even ask for help, ask for support, because this is not easy. The pull in this vertical or horizontal ways is so strong, and it pulls us often in unhealthy things, or in the mud, I would say, because it's often unconscious. But to really like breathe it upwards, up, up, and connect with however you want to call it. And I will then ask my inner friends in the inner world, my friends in the inner world, or your source, or your angels, like, hey, please help me with this. Please help me with this, with keep aligning, connecting to my source. And from there, decide to consciously connect with devices or persons. But that connection stems from such a different space. It's so beautiful. It's like a meeting from soul to soul. And that's the most fulfilling, the most beautiful connection you can have. I even have goosebumps. So yeah, just staying with you for a couple of minutes in this space. And when you feel like, oh, now I feel I'm losing it, that just happens. We are in this world to practice this together. I'm also still practicing this every day. So you bring that belly cord in, inwards, 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 and then breathing up, up, up again. Connect to your source, to your angels, to your friends in the inner world. Ask them for support in this process of detaching from whatever it is you are attached to. Ask them for support. Let the universe help you. Let your angels help you. They really need permission to help you with this. So I'm just looking at a comment. What happens when you have cut cords several times, but you still have signs and synchronicities around that person? That is a really interesting one. Yeah. Well, let me share about from a space from my own experience. I just share my experience and my feelings, so don't take that as as the truth, but this is my feeling. Is when I have cut the cords, and when I have nurtured my space and my centeredness, it's an ongoing process. I have to repeat this every day. When it then happens that there are still signs or synchronicities around that person, then it has to come from both ways, because sometimes the other person is not ready or so. So it has happened to me. That's why I can really relate to your question and feel in with you. And I can say from my own experience, for me, it has been like sometimes frustrating, like what to do, and then the universe seems like aligns to that person. But to, if that meeting is happening and it is on both sides like that, then that's beautiful. enjoy it. But when the other person is not there, then just let it not pull you out of your alignment. Let it not pull you again into that space. So just keep breathing in, keep connecting to your source, and from there, just see what unfolds. And if then it might happen that, you know, you come together, then that's beautiful. But like I said, it's from another space. I hope I can. You feel your question is answered with that, Misha. Please let me know, because I'm curious if this helps you in any way. But that's my feeling, when we really come from that centered space, from that connected space with your own soul or source, then the connection is very different. And then it might happen that you know, the universe is bringing you back again, but it's a different quality. You know, it's a very different quality. I know Misha's here too. You know, we are in a team, so I really also invite Misha, who is also a teacher at the Energy Balancing. If you have some thoughts on this, please share it with me, because this is from my experience. You know, I also have like a person in my life who I'm really practicing this with, or we feel like, oh, now we are like, you feel disconnected, you know, from yourself, and oftentimes friction helps to say like, hey, oh, I feel I'm disconnecting. Just give me 1 second to reconnect with myself, reconnect with my source, and let me come back from that space. Because from that space, that's, now I started with, I wish you a lot of magical moments in 2018. My thing is, from that space, there's so much magic happening, and then synchronicities are, yeah, you can really enjoy them. So guys, that was it for today. I hope it was helpful to you. Let me know. I'm very curious how this was for you. I have to say, December has been a month for me where I really have been practicing connecting from there, speaking my truth also, because there's a whole lot of truth coming from that space, and then to share it from that. Yeah, I have experienced many beautiful moments with that, and I also feel I don't know, I relate different even digitally. So I hope this was helpful for you. Share it with your friends if you feel like, hey, I want to practice this with a friend. Just share this video with them so we can all practice connecting from soul to soul. So let's, if you are getting into the chit chat, so you see, this happens. Let's end together with just one breath inwards. In, relaxing the shoulders, and up, 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 up. Keep connecting to your soul, upwards. If you get distracted, just come back. It's like in the beginning, I really had to push through. Just keep pushing through that mental layer we have here, upwards to your soul. And from this space, I'm wishing you a beautiful evening. Thank you for being here with me.